Trading isn't a game of prediction, it's a game of systems. Most people are gambling. I'm here to show you how to operate like a firm. I've spent 7 years being trained by a professional prop firm. I'm trading a 4K account in drawdown back to its high water mark right now, using the exact same framework, the Risk SOPs, that I've used to manage 5-figure capital. In this masterclass, I'm deconstructing my iPad to show you the institutional architecture of a profitable system, from risk logic to performance tracking. If you're ready to stop guessing and start operating, let's get to work. Welcome to the desk. How to build a profitable system in 2026? Well, you're gonna want to watch this entire video because what I'm about to share with you is going to be something that you have never heard before, or maybe you've gotten bits and pieces but never really the whole thing and the whole system together. But you're looking to become profitable in 2026. What you need is a system, because I don't know about you, but the reason I trade is for longevity, for sustainability, for income, for growth, for, freedom, but at the same time, less pressure in my life, less stress in my life. So if trading is something that is causing you more stress, you have to evaluate, is this why I'm trading? Is this the point? What's the point if you're not really getting out of trading what you truly want out of trading? So first and foremost, in terms of having a profitable system, is clarity. You need clarity. What are you even doing this for? What is the whole point of your trading business? Trading is a business, and so what's the point of your business? What's the problem it's solving? That's what a business is. A business is solving a problem. So that means you are solving a problem. And the beauty with trading is, like, let's say we go into the technicals, then you're solving a technical issue problem where you're trying to find edge with the technicals. That's a problem that you're solving. Not just that, you're solving anything that is surrounded to your personal life. You want to make more money in your life. You have a problem that there's not the level of money contentment that you want in your life. So you're using trading, which is your business, that's your business, which is solving your problem, whatever that problem may be. And so what's critical, first and foremost, before we even begin talking and developing your system, by the way, by the end of this video, you will have a absolute solid direction and foundation and direction to walk towards in terms of thinking about your own system and fixing your own leaks and your own figuring out what do I need to do better? Where am I slacking maybe? What is something that is more beneficial for me in the long term, but I'm not doing it right now and I gotta get on it, right? So I used to play a game called RuneScape in my younger days. Comment below if you have ever played RuneScape or you play RuneScape still. It's really popular. It's an MMORPG, and in the game, we had to if you did quests, the quest would unlock higher money making methods, stronger bosses. It would give you a reward of experience, so you're leveling up in your XP and your skills are leveling up. And so there was an incentive to do quests, and I want you to think of these quests they are basically this system. So the benefit of these quests were once you complete the quest, that's it. You have completed the quest. Now you've got an unlock forever. That could mean a new map. You have new places you can go to, new teleportation system you can use, new farm patch you can farm on and gain farming XP and make money from selling all the farming equipment that you grow and all the herbs and everything. So it gives you unlocks, and these unlocks are permanent. They're perma, basically. Perma buffs in a gaming term. And so system is what you basically want. And that's basically the quest. So if you can start building your systems and start thinking about them like this, like a quest, think of your system like it's just a quest. And once you complete this quest, you'll have an unlock forever. And you want that unlock. Think of it like that. And so we want to level up things in order. First, health is number one. Right. And now you're gonna think like, oh my god, what is this? I thought this was like a technical analysis strategy video. Like, what the hell am I watching? I'm still listening to this guy, but he's not talking about technicals. And you're right, because technicals is like one of the least important things when it comes to trading. Trading is an art form, it's a skill set, but all the chart work, all the technical stuff, that is technical analysis. That is a skill within the ultimate skill of trading. Trading involves a lot more than just charts and indicators and strategies, like, you know, double bottoms, double tops, ICD, all this, you know, whatever strategy that you've learned or thought of. That's like a very small portion. That's like as a child learning how to read ABCD. Like, every child learns ABCD when they go to school, and that's the first thing they're taught. In fact, they're even started being taught that before they even go to school by their parents. And so that is basically just a basic need. It's like the foundational language for communication. And just like that, everything has its place. So technical analysis has its place, but it's not the most important thing when it actually comes to execution and extracting money out of the markets. You're doing this for the dollars. You got to remember that. All right? Anyways, coming back to the health. Trading is all about risk taking. And for risk taking, you have to be able to tolerate pain. So it only makes sense for you to tolerate more pain when you're not trading, so that when you are trading and you got money on the line, you can actually tolerate more pain. Does that make sense? It's very clear, right? If you can get more pain, then you become stronger. 100% you become stronger. And so, what in terms of health, if you can see where this conversation is going, you have to be doing workouts. Have you ever seen a very successful trader who's making all the bucks, but he is fat? Or he is super skinny? You know, I met a German friend. He was an entrepreneur, and I had the privilege to stay with him in Thailand for about 2 months, 3 months, two months-ish. 3 months, I forget. But he said something which was, I don't trust. Guess who he didn't trust? Fat people. That's what he said to me. And the reasoning for that was, he said, hey, if I can't trust them with my family, like let's say I'm dying or something, and I can't trust my family with him, because look at him, like he can't even trust himself to like take care of his health. So how can I trust him to take care of my family when something happens to me? And so that's like, it stayed with me. That's why I'm obviously sharing with you. So it was a little bit profound for me. And that basically really solves the crux of the issue of health, you know. Like, to be a good trader, you basically have to be a good fitness person. Like, you gotta take care of this. Now, the easiest way you can do this, because trading is how much pain can you tolerate? Pain. I gotta put this in big words. Pain. How much pain can you tolerate? And so resistance training is very good. Remember, your trading performance, how well you perform when you're executing in real time that trade, you're executing your process in real time, you will perform as well as your lowest standard, basically, as you have when you're not performing. So essentially what you need to do to build your profitable trading system in 2026, and the system has to start with you. You have to improve. Your version of humanness has to level up. You have to become the 2.0 version of yourself, basically. And to do that, first and foremost, you have to increase the amount of pain you can tolerate. You know, easiest way, resistance training. Nobody wants to do this. Who wants to do this? Honestly, it's just tough. But this is what you have to do. If you're not doing this, if you're already doing this, then maybe you're going to get some getaways on maybe how to more effectively do it. Because again, building a system is basically being efficient. Once you have that quest, you know, you did that quest equals unlock. That means once you've built a system, built a routine, built something that works, you have that unlock forever. And that's the beauty of having a system. And the beauty of resistance training and how you want to do it is every session load more. That means, I'll give you my personal example, and I am not a gym guy. If you're a gym guy, great. Just know that you have to be stress testing your muscles because you want to be feeling the pain. You want to feel pain. So when you're not trading, like in the gym, you're working out, you're doing your exercise, you're not trading, but this is trading work. You have to treat this like a job, and you're a professional athlete basically, and you have to then do everything in your power to stay in your A game so that when it's time for match, game day, you can perform, you can score those points. All right, so you got to feel the pain. You have to feel the pain. And the way to do that with exercise is to start incorporating a routine in your life where you're doing some sort of resistance training. You need resistance training. And what kind of resistance I do is I am more like a calisthenics kind of guy, working out outdoors, monkey bars and stuff. That's what I kind of like. And so far, what I'm doing right now is I have splits for my arms. It's like a push day, pull day, leg day, and core day. Not a day, but I do them all in one session. So for my push, I do push-ups. And every time I track them, I have a tracker inside my trading desk. You can grab yours. It's completely free. Links in the bio at my trading desk. And so I track my own workouts, how I feel. And every time on the next day, the next time I'm working out, I am trying to do at least that many. So if on the first day, like for example, one of my journal looks like this. Week one, I think I did 24 push-ups on my first set. And then on the next session, so it was still week 1, but it was day 2 of the week, and I'm training x3 a week. I'm training 3 times a week. That's at least what I'm hitting, but minimum I'm doing X2 workouts a week. And this is it. The whole focus is on feeling every rep. That's the main goal. You want to be feeling every rep because that's where you're really training efficiency. So when in pushing up and in doing your exercise, you're feeling every rep, you're conscious, you're really there, you're really visceral and alive. That's how you're going to be when you're trading, and trading is a game that requires you to be sharp like that. And so when you're actually executing a trade, you're going to be so much more lethal, and that's what you want to be. You want to be lethal. You want to be that apex predator. All right. And so coming back here, day 2 for week 1. Now this time I'm doing at least minimum 24 push-ups. Slow and easy, nice reps. And that's what I'm doing for the first set. Minimum. So that means I'm going to aim for 25 because that beats my previous, right? So in this way, do you see how you're always growing? You're basically every week you are growing, every day you're growing, every time you hit the gym. And obviously it's much more important that you need rest. So when you apply this kind of formula, and I do this for push, and it's so easy, you don't need a gym, you don't need anything. That's why I do it. I just like calisthenics, I like the outdoors. I kind of have a routine to go at around 4 or 5 p.m. when the sun's coming down. So for push, I do push-ups. Again, tracking them. Make it easy for yourself and just grab my Notion template from my trading desk, link in the bio. You gotta track it. And then I have the pull, which I'm doing lat pull-ups to build my back. And so again, this one is hard, man. I can do 15 of these and on my first set, but those are hard worked, hard earned reps. And then for legs, I'm doing jumping squats, jump squats, and I'm doing about 25 of these on my set 1, 25 reps. Oops, I'm doing 25 reps. And so I want you to start thinking about this, because this is not just about your health. This is about your trading. Like if you do this and you have this routine, this system, this efficiency in maintaining your body and growing it stronger, putting it through pain, because it's that pain that's going to grow you. And if your body grows to handle more pain, that means you grow as a trader to what? Manage more pain. What does that mean? You get more risk. What does that mean? That means more potential profit. Potential. And ultimately, that's what you're doing trading for, right? You want to make as much as you can make. That's the whole point. And to find out how much you can truly make, you have to find out how truly best you are. You have to literally strengthen yourself. You have to become stronger. There's just no other way. You know, you literally have to become stronger. And so that's one. Your body is a very big part of your system. Big part of your system, you know. And you want to really take care of this. Traders are not taking care of this, and you might be already profitable, or you might be at the break-even stage, and yet you are leaving so much money on the table because you're not taking care of the most important system, your body. All right, so what's number 2? What's next? This one is also hand in hand, but mind is next. How about your mind? who's taking care of the mind. This is your temple, you know. If you got sick, you know, the sick person has only one wish. Only one wish. Only one prayer. What does he want? You guessed it. Comment down below. What does the sick person want? Health is all the sick person wants. But the healthy person, well, the healthy person has a bazillion dreams and desires and goals, right? In terms of your mind, what is your mental diet? And you have to be observant of this. You have to observe. You have to be self-aware. And again, you see how none of this trading system is got to do with charts still. Like, we've still not spoken about charts. Because you know that that's not really the most important thing. It's an execution process. LeBron James could be like the best player in practice, but when it comes to actual match day, game day, and if he does not perform, he's not executing. So what's the use, the benefit of all that practice, of all that training that he did in the back end, and he was so good at it, and he got such promising results, but why can't he translate that to an actual match? I'm just bringing that as an example. I don't know anything about sports in relation with basketball, but as an example, that's what I mean. So these are the skills that you need to really develop. What's your mental diet? Like, are you thinking positive? Are you thinking negative? You know, what are you doing? What's your thought process, thought loops? How do you think? You know, and what do you think about? What do you think about anything and everything? And you got to start tracking this. You have to start tracking all this stuff. Again, inside my trading desk, there is all the templates that I am using personally, and I've taken years and months to develop these. And so you can just take them and start using whatever columns, whatever tables there are, and start just inputting your own data. Even if you don't really know exactly what the use of it is yet. I've got close to a decade of experience in entrepreneurship, in trading, in high performance, in mindset. And so I've just consolidated all those principles and all those courses and all those coaching sessions and all those hacks and everything. And I've just kind of put them in the template, and I use them because they're just systems. They just help me track my data so I can improve my systems, cover my leaks, and just get better and better and better every single day. And the better I get, the better of a trader I become, the more of a master of a trader I become, which just means the more of execution mastery I obtain. Ultimately, it just means more money, right? That's why we're all doing this. More money, more freedom, more life. Go travel the world. Provide for your family. Like, that's why I do it, you know. All right, so you want to be tracking this stuff. And how do you think, and what do you think is very important? Are you thinking positive? I'm going to put a plus sign. Positive thoughts or negatives? Like, what are you doing? Positives or negatives? And you got to be self-aware enough. Again, self-awareness is on top of everything. This is like the absolute key. Self-awareness is like the absolute key. You need to be self-aware about the things that's going on in your head all day. It's said that the brain thinks like 70,000 crazy amount of thoughts in a day. I don't know if I'm accurate on this, but I'm sure I read this book like years ago where I read the study on this, and it is so vitally important to just have this tracking metric that is you can look back on and kind of find patterns and loopholes and leaks in your system. And so what is your actual mental diet? start tracking it, start noticing it, start recognizing it, and then start changing it. If there's something that you don't really like, like what's triggering you. For example, somebody said something and that triggered a emotion in you. So like triggered anxiety, for example. And this is more like my own, I have, really healed myself from anxiety and all. And so you got to think, like, why did I react that way? Because, if it was somebody else, would they react in the same way that you did? Somebody said something and you felt anxious. Somebody said something and you felt, angry. Like, somebody is not controlling your emotions. Your emotions are being felt by yourself. You're experiencing your own emotions by yourself, regardless of what that other person said. So whatever that other person said has nothing to do with how you feel. You decided to feel angry. You decided to feel anxious, for example. So that triggered an emotion on you. And now you got to be self-aware of that and say, hey, why did my body or my mind react to this like that? Does it serve me? How does it serve me? What's the point of this? These are just some simple exercises, and they're not simple at all, by the way. These are like really like demanding on the brain, because like it takes so much conscious work. And ultimately that's what trading is. Becoming a better trader is conscious work. And not just trading, honestly, it's like life. You got to do conscious work, deep conscious work. And so we've covered body. Even in body, we just did the resistance training, but we also have to go through diet. There's just an insane amount of processing that goes into bodybuilding. Not bodybuilding, into building a stronger frame. And your body is that frame that holds all that risk, that holds all the decision making, your mind. So everyone's got to have their own diet. I mean, I'm not going to go too much into, fitness details and stuff, but you get the point here. Again, with resistance training, you also need to be resting equally, right? And all of this is like the same with trading, like when you're trading, let's say you are trading for a while, then you gotta take some rest and reassess and like look at your performance and see where you went well, where you went good and stuff, and where you went bad, and like look at like your execution. Did I follow my plan? Was I off my plan? Does my plan even need some refinement? So do I have to like step back from trading and work on my plan first? Because the plan is the system, right? And now I'm talking more technical wise, like what's your technical edge and like actual executions on the charts and stuff. But you need this. You need rest, because rest is where the growth happens. And so in like technical terms, that could be like reviewing trades. So much that could be rest. And then over here, that could be just chilling. Or for me, it's yoga day. On my rest day, I'm doing yoga. That's my rest. But you got to do all this stuff. And so second thing after health is, I would argue it's not second or first. It's like you just got to do it. You just got to execute right here, right now. So the mind is next, right? Your mindset needs to be rich, because the market is just a mirror to you. So that means, when you look at the mirror, so let's say you're looking at the mirror, and then what do you see in the mirror? This is you, and then this is the mirror. You see your reflection, right? whatever you present to it, presentation, it reflects back. It reflects back. So life is in the same way, just a mirror. Markets are a mirror. So the way you respond to it is telling the market the life of what your internal state is, and then that is coming back to you. And let's say if that scares you, then it scares you. You feel scared, and then life is like, this scares him, so let's do it more, and it scares you. Instead, if you change it and you say, it doesn't affect me. The emotion, that the thing that scared you once no longer affects you, then life's like, this guy can't be fooled anymore. So now there's a new reflection, like, this is easy, he can do this. So that's a mindset shift. And so you need to start having these mindset shifts and mindset plays in your system. Affirmation's pretty good. Start affirming stuff. I still remember the first time, literally the first time, I said, I love you, to myself, looking in the mirror, eye to eye, looking in the mirror, looking myself in the eyes and saying, I love you. And then now that's like normal. I can say that to anybody without any hesitation, without feeling any sort of emotional uptick or emotions inside me. I just feel happy and nice and content and extremely serene and calm, serenely calm, but that's over time. It's like wearing suits. I used to wear suits well before I was even comfortable wearing suits. I thought, me, how can I wear suits? Like, who am I? Like, I had such low self-worth, right? So I'm like, how can I do that? But I just started wearing suits. And now whenever I go out in public, like if I'm not wearing a suit, I kind of feel weird, because the suits become part of my body, my system. It makes me feel successful. It makes me feel rich. It makes me feel wealthy. It makes me feel alive and respected and loved and inspired by. And so it makes me feel powerful, makes me feel strong. And so why would I not do that when it gives me all these benefits that give me inner conviction, inner gut strength, inner tolerance, inner strength, inner confidence even, to then go into the markets and actually be a pro athlete and execute, be LeBron James, be Michael Jordan when I'm in that game, be the best of the best, and so that's why the deep conscious work is so important, because you have to off game start training all these things, so that when you're in the game, these things are not something that you're like picking up the burden. It's like they're your minimum standard. So it's not about achieving a high goal. You don't want to achieve some high goal. You just want to increase your minimum standard. And whatever your standard is, you are going to stand on it. You stand on your standard, because in trading terms, this is your support line. So increase your standards, your minimum standards, and automatically you reach your high goal. Instead of trying to shoot for this all the time, just fix this. How are you liking the class so far? I hope you're enjoying this, and if you're still here, that means you definitely are. People have told me that I'm really good at speaking and communicating, and I'm a really good coach. In fact, my mentor and the head coach and head trader at the prop firm basically said to me like, hey, you're so good at this, you have to go and teach people, you have to mentor and coach people and help them with their performance, because you're just a natural at this. That was like a few years ago, and here I am now doing this work, right? All right, let's go into some more stuff with the mind. Again, there's just so much, but you know, with my clients and stuff that I help really build these systems and like help understand their own unique systems, it's so bespoke. I can speak for myself, or I can speak with some of my clients what they're doing and how they are, but again, for you, it's going to be unique. It's going to be your own suit. Affirmations we spoke about, you know, have your affirmations and practice them. Another thing is revisions. So what I mean by revisions is having, like, it's basically changing the script of life. And the way you do this is by basically by changing what happened, or the way you experience an experience. Okay, so for example, something bad happened, something negative according to you happened, and you want to change it to what would you want to happen? Would you prefer? And so when you answer this question, you are essentially doing revision. So for example, I don't know, what example can I give? Let me think here. If you are applying for a job and you know they rejected you or something, and now you're doing revision work, what you're thinking is what you want in that situation. So like basically getting rejected, not exactly what you want, but now you're revising it and you're saying, hey, actually this was meant to happen so that this other thing can happen, or actually they made a mistake and like I'm actually at the job, I've been hired, like I've got what I want. Basically you're trying to make yourself feel the feeling that you think you want or you will feel once you get that thing. So, you know, with trading, like let's say payout, you're gonna get a payout from the firm, and you're basically wanting this because you want the feeling that you will get from that payout. So if we can biohack that, like if we can figure out what that feeling is, like, you know, let's say you get a payout and you feel relief, great. Before the payout even happens, if you can give yourself the feeling of relief, then you have already won. Before you even get the payout. Because you thought you will get the payout and that will give you the feeling of true relief and then you will win. But in fact, it starts from here. You get the relief, you give yourself that thing, and because of that you are in abundance. which leads you to win in the markets, which leads you to that payout. So do you see why the mind is extremely important? So revision is one of those things that you can start doing. Just start reshaping, and this is a constant practice, and you do it in real time. This doesn't have to take like fucking, you know, like a routine, like, oh man, I've got to spend like 10 minutes every single day or something. It's like throughout the day, as your life is going on, as your day is going on, just do that. Just, you know, 5 seconds of awareness, like, oh, let me revise that. Like this thing that happened, I didn't really, you know, this person said something to me and then it triggered an emotion in me. Let me revise that. Let me change that. Like, it's calm. Nothing. Like what he meant was actually in my benefit. He's not annoyed at me. He's not angry at me. He's not trying to do all this stuff to me. He's not an enemy, or like whatever it is that you're wanting to feel. Give yourself that feeling, that safety, that security. Because ultimately humans want safety, security. That's what you want. That's what I want. You know, peace, calm, you know, freedom, this kind of stuff. This is what we want. And so you gotta give this stuff to yourself, not from external achievements like getting a payout or building your trading system or getting huge returns, but by just giving yourself without any of it. You're not reliant on trading. You're not reliant on anything. You as a life human form are such a marvelous creation, and you're worthy no matter what. You could be the worst drug dealer, you could be the thief, the robber, whatever it is. Ultimately, you are worthy, because what's the percent chance of being born? The fact that you're alive and listening to this right now puts you in such a minority. Like, do you know what a privilege it is to be alive? Do you have any idea? All right. So there's much more else, you know, mind, body, and you're gonna want to continue to stick around, but I think I'm gonna make a part 2, because this is my first video like this, and I don't really want to make it too long, and then at the end turns out like I just don't know what to do with it. My main thing is I gotta publish it, no matter how perfect or not perfect, or how good it looks, how bad it looks. But I think this is a pretty good starting point. If you can just start focusing on affecting this, again, go into my trading desk and just get yourself these trackers. I've spent months building them, and so you can just take them and start implementing them, start making them yours and using them, because they're a really good foundation and templates to just kind of get going, because that's what matters. You're losing money. You're like literally losing money the longer you're taking to actually just refine and fix your systems. And again, these systems have to be fixed in real time. And guess what? Trading is real time execution. It's literally execution. This is the name of the game, execution. So you want to be doing everything, every little edge. It's not just in the market. The edge is not technical, not all of it. The edge is in your mind and in your body here. Everything has to orbit around these. Like, you're gonna think of like a solar system. Everything orbits around that. Without this two, everything else doesn't matter at all. You know? Alright, I'm gonna end this video, and I hope you really enjoyed it, and I hope you like this style of teaching. Comment down below what you want to see next, or if you like this video, if you enjoy this style of teaching. I definitely can go in depth, and I could literally just keep talking and talking and talking if there were no restrictions. But my worry is that my, storage on my devices, which I don't think will fill out. But again, the longer the video, the more the chance there is something goes wrong, something goes corrupt, something goes wrong in the editing process, and ultimately I don't get to publish. I just want to publish this video. Subscribe, like, check out the link in my description, which is basically my trading desk. I'm sharing, or at least I'm actively working on my own systems on my end to start posting my daily analysis, which is, I'm calling it the Daily Edge, which is basically can help you become the daily edge, like a news report or like a daily kind of from another pro trader. And you know, it's just my trading desk. It's just everything I'm doing, all my trades, like whatever it is. Just come along, get your own journal, get your own SOPs, risks, and everything, and hang out at the desk, basically. All right. I'll see you in the next video, I suppose. All right. Get your mind and body systems in play. See ya.